if you are a free-to-play player or even pay-to-pay player, in my opinion, it is one of the most crucial things to understand which heroes are best ones to invest your legendary tokens, right? Because as I have mentioned many times, legendary hero tokens are one of the most rare item rewards in Call of Dragons. That's why understanding your long-term investments in heroes which are going to be most powerful for you is important, not only for the free-to-play players but also players who are paying some funds in the game, right? Let's not waste too much time and let's dive in, right? And of course, at first, why it's so important. In Call of Dragons, we have many different type of heroes for every single troop type. And if you are a free-to-play player and you made a mistake by investing to a not so OP legendary hero, unfortunately you are basically wasting 3 or 6 months of gameplay by investing in a wrong hero, and at the end of the day, whenever you are fighting, unfortunately you are not getting your desired merits. In this video, we're gonna discuss every single troop type with the best long-term investments, especially for a free-to-play players. So let's choose one and let's start with, for example, mages, right? Mages have been one of the most awkward position until the latest heroes. So, of course, we always have to speak about the basic heroes, right? If you are a free-to-play player with mages, one of the best long-term investments in terms of legendary heroes is Welyn, right? Welyn is a first PvP hero which is available from the gold keys, and actually Welyn can be used with basically every single mage hero pair. That's also crucial, especially if you are a free-to-play player. Of course, it will be super easy for you to awaken Welyn as long as you are playing Call of Dragons on a daily basis, right? Every single skill is usable in Battlefield, and trust me, some of the Welyn skills are really valuable. And of course, also we have to mention that Welyn can deal damage to multiple targets, which is one of the best skills which mage heroes can have in Call of Dragons. Also, we always have to speak about pay-to-pay players, and if you are pay-to-pay player, one of the first priorities as a mage player should be Lilia, right? This is the reason why I did not speak about Lilia when I spoke about for a free-to-play players, because Lilia is not a free-to-play friendly hero. You need to pay some funds to unlock her, and also you have to have Lilia awakened in order for you to actually deal the most damage, especially in Season 1 and Season 2, right? Lilia is basically best mage hero in Season 1, in Season 2, and half of the Season 3. So, if you are a free-to-play player, you are choosing Welyn as your first basic hero, which you are going to try to invest your legendary tokens. If you are pay-to-pay player, you are going for Lilia, right? Of course, for mages, we are not stopping here. And the next best long-term investment legendary hero for mages is Yuanming, right? In my opinion, Yuanming right now is the best mage hero in the game, who is dealing highest amount of damage and who is getting you highest amount of merits. This is the couple of reasons why I choose these 3 legendary heroes, which is going to be making you tons of merits. And by the help of those merits, you are going to increase decoration levels, you are going to get warped skills, and generally, you are going to clear the merit store, right? Yuanming is a basically different kind of hero out of any mage heroes. We don't have rage, you can deal damage to multiple targets, and all the skills and attributes which you are having on Yuanming is a perfect combination for a mage gameplay. So, basically, we already can conclude for mages, right? For a free-to-play player, best basic hero for a future investment, long-term investment is Welyn. For basic heroes, best pay-to-pay players, hero investment for mages is Lilia. And the next hero is Young Ming, which I believe free-to-play players and pay-to-pay players should invest in this hero, awaken him as fast as possible, because this will be crucial for you, right? Of course, there are some questions regarding Bertrand, Tohar, Thalia, Thunderlin, Gromara also, but we are speaking about best long-term investments, especially for free-to-play players, which are going to give you the highest value. That's why, my honest opinion, Welin, Lilia, and Young Ming are the heroes. If you are going to spend your tokens on them, you won't gonna make a mistake, so good luck. Try to awaken them, and you are going to get a lot of merits in open field PvP, right? This was enough for mages. Hopefully it will be interesting for you to try out these heroes, and I can assure you that you will be really happy when you have these heroes awakened, right? The next troop type which I want to speak is Infantry, right? Infantry have been one of the best troop types in the game for a while, simply because of having a lot of heroes who are amazing, right? As with mages, we have to speak about heroes for beginners, and for here we don't have pay-to-play heroes, right? For beginners, we have two choices: Garwood or Madeline for the infantry players. And well, basically you can't really go wrong. You can choose whichever you like more, because Garwood and Madeline is used in every single infantry main troop type hero pairs. But since we are speaking about with my own opinion, I would say if you are going to invest your legendary tokens on Garwood and awaken him super fast, you won't gonna make a mistake, right? Because we have limited choices for infantry heroes at the start of the game. We have Garwood, we have Nika, and we have Madeline. From the day one, I always believed Garwood was best one from these three, and plus healing also gives you merits. What's the most important? You should not really use Garwood as a garrison leader or even rally, right? In open field PvP, I have said it many times, healing is really good. After that, a lot of thing actually changes for the infantry players. So one priority is Garwood. You will be able to use him all the time. Next one is Goresh and Skogul. I understand these are two heroes which you have to invest, but this is one of the best hero pairs in season 2 and half of the season 3, maybe even season 3. So Garwood, Goresh and Skogul. With the Goresh and Skogul, you won't gonna be only a tanky, you will also deal a lot of damage by the splash of Goresh, which deals huge amount of damage whenever you are fighting in open field PvP. Also, you will be one of the most tanky hero pair in the game, so you should have a lot of fun whenever you are playing as an infantry player, right? After that, if you want to know more long term, then you have to wait. You have to kind of skip a little bit Danfel and Mogro, and next one is Kuma and Lake 1, right? This is already late game hero pair for our dear infantry mains. And this one should be also one of the biggest priorities for you in terms of hero investments for infantry players, right? I understand for infantry we have a lot of heroes and hero pairs to invest, but unfortunately if you are not going to awaken Goresh or Skogul or Kuma or even Lake 1, you won't gonna be tanky enough. And trust me, for infantry heroes, every single troop which will be alive in open field PvP is important, because tankiness is giving you merits from the counter attack damage and from the splash damage. So basically, let's conclude. The beginner hero would be Garwood. Of course, you can go for Madeline, but I would still say Garwood. Next one will be Goresh and Skogul, and the third one will be Kuma and Lake 1. I can honestly say these are the best hero investments for infantry players, especially for free-to-play players, right? I know pay-to-play players will awaken them faster, but that's the reason why I'm making this kind of videos, to explain, to show you which ones are the best ones. And since I have been Archer main since the day one, I have been fighting mainly against infantry, and I can honestly say by dealing them damage which one is most tanky and which one is less tanky, right? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. Season 1 it will be Garwood, Season 2 it will be Goresh and Skogul, and then it will be Kuma and Lake 1. Decision is always on you. Decide whichever you like more, and I will just tell you which will have the highest value out of all of them, right? Of course, we are not going to stop on infantry, and we are going to move with the cavalry heroes, right? Cavalry has a different kind of playstyle. If you want to get highest value, you have to have 5 marches at the same time with a synced march speed, so you will be moving like a one hero pair, but you will be using 5 at the same time. I understand that type of gameplay requires you to have basically all of your heroes on a good levels, but still I will decide to share my experience. Maybe I will be wrong in terms of cavalry heroes, but still I will try to give you my experience and my opinion regarding best long-term hero investments for free-to-play players especially, and not only also for pay-to-play players. Same goes here. Let's speak about beginner heroes. We have Emrys and Bakshi. My advice would be to go for Emrys. It's a PvP hero. Every single skill is usable in open field PvP. And also, Emrys has the best skill for cavalry heroes to deal damage, which is, of course, rage accumulation speed. And I believe every single cavalry hero who has some kind of rage accumulation is great for dealing damage, right? Also, Emrys is a gold key hero, so it won't gonna be too hard for you to awaken Emrys as soon as possible. Plus, awakening skill of Emrys is actually amazing, right? The next hero which will be perfect and the best long-term investment for cavalry heroes is actually Urag, right? Urag is still one of the best damage-dealing heroes in the game, which is dealing damage to multiple targets because of this splash damage. And it's kinda Emrys, but without rage accumulation speed, but just pure, well, of course, I missed out. We have 10% rage accumulation speed and 10% HP bypass. I always love HP bypasses on the offensive heroes, which makes Urag still the best damage dealing hero, right? So we have Emrys. We have Urag. Now, if you want to be a little bit tanky with your cavalry marches, Tobin is quite a good hero. But since I'm speaking about more offensive ones, I go for Emrys, I go for Urag, and I will go for Neya, right? Neya is special. Neya is special because if you want to utilize Neya, you don't really have to use 5 marches at the same time. Neya has invisibility, which is called camouflage in Call of Dragons. Camouflage legions are harder for non-friendly lords to detect. The statue is automatically removed upon entering battle. So basically, Neya Emrys, hero pair, you will hide behind the trees and you will sneak up on your mages, on your opponent's mages and archers, and you are going to destroy them, right? Of course, because of having this kind of unique ability to Neya, we should have spoken about her because she is amazing, right? Of course, we have new cavalry heroes. They are still new, and I don't want to speak about the newest ones because time will tell how good they will be, right? But so far, in my opinion, the best long-term investments for especially free-to-play players is cavalry heroes Emrys, Urag, and Neya, right? Yes, I know there is a lot more, but we are speaking about the best ones, especially for dealing damage in open field. Of course, the best one will be the last one is an archer main. I'm going to speak about the best long-term archer hero investments for free-to-play players. For beginners, we have two choices, right? We have Inara and Nico. honestly, you can't really go wrong. You either gonna go for Kinara or Nico, right? If you like to have more behemoth damage, especially in season 1, you are going for Nico with precision talents. If you want to have more versatility, you will go for Kinara, right? Since Kinara have been one of my favorite legendary heroes in the game since the day 1, I would say Kinara, basic hero from the gold keys, number 1 long-term best investment hero for archer players, right? This will be the number 1. The next one, it kinda goes like for infantry players. Next one will be Magrat and Zaida. This is the hero pair which is basically going to change your gameplay as an archer player. You will forget what happened before and you will be looking forward what is going to happen with your merits whenever you have Magrat and Zaida, right? This is the second best long-term investment for archer players. This hero pair will come out in season 2 and it will be one of the best archer hero pairs in the game till this day, right? Magrat can be 5-5-5-1. Zaida should be awakened because awakening skill is amazing for Zaida, right? Next one, which is Ruby and Kylan, right? Ruby and Kylan is the newest G5 archer heroes and they are the third best long-term hero investment for free-to-play players if you are going to be archer main, right? Of course, you would ask, what about other heroes? In my opinion, other heroes are getting you similar kind of merits, similar kind of gameplay. We are talking about the best long-term investments. My advice would be Kinara, Magrat and Zaida, and Ruby and Kylan. These are the best open field PvP hero pairs, which are the best long-term investment for archer heroes, archer players, archer mains, right? Of course, we are looking forward to getting some more, but since we are speaking about the best ones, we always should speak about these heroes, right? It will be easier for a pay-to-play player to awaken them as soon as possible because you have many different ways of getting legendary tokens in Call of Dragons, but for a free-to-play players, you have to plan, you have to decide the best ones, you don't have to make mistake. And hopefully after watching this video it will be easier and easier for you to decide which ones are the best ones. Of course, if you actually want to see what the amount of merits I'm getting from these heroes on my channel, basically every single PvP open field video is about archers, so you can easily go and check them and make your decision like that, right? There is one more troop type in Call of Dragons which we have to speak, that's overall heroes, right? For overall heroes, I believe the number 1 long-term hero investment is Thea. It's simply really easy to understand why, because Thea can be used with every single flyer of your faction and it can be good by basically with every single hero, right? It's impossible for you to do something wrong with Thea. Even if you're gonna attach Thea with some gatherers, you're gonna still do fine. That's how good this hero is. But important aspect, if you are going to use Thea, use it with the flyers, you're gonna deal more damage, you're gonna be more tanky and you will be more useful. The second long-term investment for overall heroes, especially if you are pay-to-play player, that's of course Musiang, right? Musiang is same tier as Thea, just G2 hero. Till this day, one of the best mage hero in the game, one of the best archer hero in the game, one of the best infantry hero in the game. Not really sure about cavalry, but still average towards cavalry. That's the reason why I had to mention Musiang, also especially legendary one, right? So yeah, basically I tried my best to give you the best hero long-term investments for especially free-to-play players for every single troop type, and hopefully after watching this video it will be easier for you to decide where you are going to put your legendary hero tokens, because as I have said it many times, these items are limited. You are not going to get unlimited amount of rewards as a legendary tokens. That's why whenever you are going to upgrade the skill level of your hero, my suggestion would be to think twice if you are making a correct decision, right? Hopefully this video will be helpful for you, and if it is, as always, press like, subscribe, comment. It gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.